Hi, welcome back. We're going to be building a couple extra pieces of animation for our scene here. Um, Namely, we're going to have this boy right here sort of point back and forth, and then we're going to have this flag appear and this province kind of rise up. And let's go into how to do that. What you want to do is you want to add a whole another coding window. So to do that, you click on the little plus right here, and it will add another. I think it will ask you what you want to use, and you want to use code blocks again. So I'm going to click over here, and we're going to go through this code piece by piece. Okay, so when I click the play button, the first thing I want to do is I want to scale the BC flag to 0.01 in 0.1 second. And let me go through that. So if I click transform, I click transitions, scale, oops, sorry, it was right at the top right here. So this is your scale function. You just bring that in. And basically when it scales to 0.1, it makes it really small, so you can't see it. Like the flag's still there, but it's really tiny. So when I click play, the flag actually shrinks way down, and it shrinks down so fast you can barely even see it. Like if I click play, yeah, you can't even see it shrink. It's gone so quickly. So the flag is there, it's just really, really small right now. And then the next thing we're doing is we're doing an event. So when BC is clicked, and BC, let's see, is the province, right? It's not the best position. BC is the province right here. So when I click BC, I want something to happen. And what I want to happen is, first of all, I want the casual boy to stop talking. So if you remember, under actions and under generic, we have the talking block right here, and you can just take it right out, and that basically silences him, so he doesn't say anything. We don't want him to continue to talk as we're working through the rest of our animation. Now here is another interesting sort of block. This is an animation block. An animation, I believe, there it is. It's under generic, and here's the animation. So there's a lot of different animations. I mean, you can choose anything, but I just decided to choose him pointing. So I kind of wanted him to kind of point back and forth, like along the coastline, because he's going to talk about it. Now this next part right here is an interesting block. So run parallel just means that it will run two blocks of code at exactly the same time. What we want to happen is when I click BC, I want obviously not to say anything, I want to play animation, but I want BC to move up, like I want it to rise up. So move BC 6 meters up in 2 seconds. So if I click on transform, I go to transitions, and I think this is it right here. So move BC, and you just drag this out and change this block right here. So just drag that out, put it right there, and change it to what you want it to be. At the same time that happens, you want to scale the BC flag. You want to make it bigger, and I scaled it up to 80 in 2 seconds, which kind of gives it the pop-up effect, like it's a sort of popping forward. After that, I want another run parallel block, and I'll go into that one just 1 second. So let's grab the parallel blocks, which are right here, sorry, under control, under other, and there they are. There's the run parallel blocks right there. You can pull those out. So there's one, two run parallel blocks right there. The second parallel block you see here has what the casual boy is going to say. So he says, did you know, what is it? Well, having trouble going through it. The BC coast is 27,000 kilometers long. It pauses for 3 seconds. If you remember, the pause is under our control and under other. There's our pause. And then he says something else, and he says that's pretty long. Pauses again, and then he says absolutely nothing, so he stops talking. That runs in parallel. You can see it runs in parallel with another code right here. This is the boy actually turning backwards and forwards like he's pointing. And this two turn blocks, they're the same turn blocks, are both found under the transform block right here. So if I go under transitions and turn, I believe, there it is right there. There's the turn block. So you drag two of those in, and you'll have to fiddle around with how much you want your character to turn and how quickly you want them to turn. That's up to you. So let's just run through this code and see what it looks like. So click me. There's all the provinces starting to appear. Okay, piece by piece, and it says click me, then click a province. So I'm going to click on BC. You can see he's pointing, the flag appears, and he says, did you know the length of BC? Da-na-na. And then that's pretty long. You can see he panned back and forth there. You can see the province has risen up. Now I think if I click this again, yeah, see? It just runs the whole code again. And we'll get into that in another tutorial video. So hopefully that's given you some ideas and will get you started on building a really cool interactive map.